Okay, lads. So, in this section of the revision for the summer exam, we are going to be revising arithmetic, and I've just put together a couple of questions. So we're going to do some work on ratios. So like this part up here is ratios. Maybe I should just write beside it. This is ratios. Just general sales and percentages. So that's that part there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do gross wages, and it's the most straightforward gross wages calculation you could get. We know there's obviously more difficult ones, and hopefully in another tutorial like that I can come up with an example of one of them for you. Okay, so I'm going to do the first part. If you want to read number 1I, and I'd like you to take it down, maybe pause the video and be prepared to answer it with me. Okay, so 1I, the price fund was divided between A, B and C in the ratio of 5:2:1. So I'll write down, so this is my ratio question. Price fund in the ratio 5:2:1, and the value is B received €520, find the total price fund. So A, B, C. B received €520, and they're asking me to find the total price fund. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is, we're very, very lucky, these are whole numbers. So if they're whole numbers, all I'm going to be doing is putting the 5, pardon me now, allow me to do this better, the 5, the 2 and the 1 as a fraction of the total. So 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. 2/8, 5/8, 1/8. Now, if I didn't have €520, right, but all I could talk about is how much money I had. If I was B, let's say my name is B, I have €520. So let's say I didn't want to tell everybody I had €520. I could say, my name is B, I have 2/8 of the price fund. 2/8 of the price fund equals €520. So then to get C, which is, well, what I would do always, lads, is bring it down to 1/8. Always bring it down to 1/8, because once you have it down to 1/8, you can always multiply by whatever number after that. So to get 1/8, well, 2 times over 8 is 520. 1/8 is that divided by 2. And you get 260. That tells me C has a price fund, shares the price fund, and it gets €260. So that's the first part done. A now, lads, A had 5/8. 5/8, then we don't know how much money 5/8 represents, but I do know, so I'll say question mark. I do know 1/8 is €260. So if I know 1/8 is €260, then 5/8 will be 260 times 5. And that's €1,300. Now they're asking me, lads, for the total price fund. So all I'm going to do is add them all up. 1,300, 260 and 520. And that gives me a total of 2,080. I'm just checking my calculation. 2,080 is the total price fund, and that is the money. That's the answer. Now there is one other way I could have done that, right? What I could have done is I could have said, or, you know, when I found 1/8, and I found out 1/8 to be €260. Well, if it's the total price fund, would be 8/8. So I could have just said 260 multiplied by 8, and 260 times 8 is 2,080. Either way, we've got the same answer. That's all that matters. Okay, so lads, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at, oh yes, double I. So you want to have a read there first? Okay, so the marked price, lads, then means that the marked price is like what price is put on the coat, the overcoat, when it came into the shop. So I'm just going to talk about here, marked price. Price price before sale. Let's have a look back. Okay, if the sale price of an overcoat is €336 and it was reduced by 20%, what is the mark price? Okay, so €336, that is equals to the sale price now, isn't it? That's the sale price. And let's just check again. It said it was reduced by 20%, isn't it? So during a sale, all items at closing are reduced by 20%. Okay, so that means, lads, that if at the very beginning the mark price was 100%, and then there's a sale of 20%. So that means that money that the coat is sold for is €336. That's equivalent to 80%. Like I said, remember the last part, I said, oh, bring it down to 1.111. Bring this down to 1%. It makes life a lot simpler, because just trust me. Because once you have it down to 1%, if you need 10%, so multiply by 10. If you want to go back to the original price, you multiply by 100. So divide that by 80. 1% equals so then that's 100%. So 1% equals 420. 100% multiplied by 100 is €420. This means that the marked price was €420. So that should be fine with you now. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to go on to the second part to that question. It says, we want to read there part B of double I. Okay, so lads, on part B, they're asking us if the store makes a profit of 5% on the cost price of the overcoat during the sale, what percentage profit did it make on the cost price before the sale? Okay, so they're saying to us that there's 5% profit on the cost price. That's what's made during the sale. Now the sale of that overcoat is €336, if I am correct. I'm just trying to remember. Let's just look back up for 1 second. €336, yes it is. Okay. So see if I can enlarge this for you again. Right, now. Well then, if that's the case, lads, when they're selling it, even though it's during the sale, at that moment in time, it includes 5% profit. Because even though it's in the sale, 5% profit is included. So when they're selling it, it's still being sold at 100%, let's say, including a profit of 5%. And we're not even like thinking about how much the mark price now is at this stage. So everything, always bring it down to 1%. So when I bring it down to 1%, 336 divided by 105 gives me 3.2 euros. So if I multiply this by 100%, this gives me the price of the coat when they were taking it off the lorry to bring it into the shop before they put the tag on it. Okay? So when they take it, get clothes, lads, on a lorry, that's going to be at a lower price. And then they bring it into the shop and they sell it and they put it for a little bit higher. And then when it comes to sale, they might have to drop the price. Okay, so that's the price I'm talking about. So the cost price is €320. Now the question is, if the store makes 5% profit on the cost price of the overcoat during the sale, what percentage profit did it make on the cost price before the sale? So €320 represents the cost of the overcoat coming off the lorry. It is sold then inside in the shop for €420, wasn't it? Before the sale. They're talking about before the sale now. Therefore, that's a profit of €100. And they're asking us find the percentage profit. The percentage profit is, the formula is profit over cost price multiplied by 100. So therefore our profit is €100. Our cost price is what do we say there? Is €320. Multiply that by 100. (31.25%). So my answer is the percentage profit is 31.25%. And lads, if you find that difficult, please repeat the video yourself. You can repeat as many times as you like if you don't get it on the first time round. Okay, so there you go. That's the answer for that one. Okay, lads, in the third section here on this question, if you want to have a read, they're talking about an annual salary. We're given tax credits. We're given the details of the standard rate cut-off, 46% of the remainder. Find the income tax and find the net income. So it's the same setup every time. This is the most straightforward way it can be asked. So what I would say is you're going to get 20%. It's to go the standard rate of tax of 20%. You always match that with the standard rate cut-off. So pause the video and try and do some of this yourself. And then what you could do is play the video and see if you got the same answer as I do. So you get 20% to 32,000. And that's just 20 over 100. Multiply by 32,000. And you get 6,400. Right, this is the first part of the tax. Then 46% of the remainder. 46% multiplied by the remainder. We don't know the remainder, do we? So I'm going to have to go off and find the remainder. Now, thing is, the remainder, to get the remainder, you take the annual salary or the gross salary, whatever you want to call it, take away the standard rate cut-off point, which is 32,000. STD rate, let's say, cut-off point. This is what you always do to get the remainder. So when you minus these together, you get 15,500. That is your remainder. Sorry, I hope you can see it there. So then I'm going to get 46% of the remainder. So my remainder now is 15,500. $7,130. That's my other part of my tax. Now to get the income tax, I'm looking for the actual tax she pays. Let's say the actual tax. So so we'll say 6,400 plus 7,130. When I add them together, when I added the two of them together, lads, I got 13,530. Then to take away the tax credits from that, because tax credits are a good thing. It's not, you're not paying tax to that value. You take it off your gross tax, and that gives you your net tax. And finally, to get the net income, you take away the net tax from the gross salary, and you'll get